We all know Rafiki as the wise mandrill that helps the sick animals in the Pride Lands and draws paintings of important events that happened in the past. But when we take a good look at those paintings, we see that some of them actually haven't taken place yet, but were already painted on the wall. So, how could he know that some of these things were going to happen? Were these just fun paintings, or do they have a deeper meaning than we thought? Could Rafiki have predicted Scar's return in the Lion Guard? And the most important question, how could he know about these things that would happen in the future? Rafiki has been the royal Mejusi of the Pride Lands for a long time. We have often seen him painting on his wall and then using his Bakura staff to make these paintings come to life. He always helps everyone in the Pride Lands and always has a medicine ready. But when we take a closer look, I'm not sure if he really always told everyone the full truth of what he knows. For that, we should look at what happened in the Lion Guard. Here, we see Scar's evil spirit return, but even before this happened, we can see a painting on his fall from this event when he is teaching Makini a lesson. We go deeper into who Makini was later, but important to know for now is that she was another mandrill who was in training by Rafiki to become a royal Mejusi one day. So, when he's teaching Makini how she could use her staff, he explains to her that the staff can also be used to talk to the bad lions of the past. He shows her a painting where a staff gets thrown into a volcano, and by using the roar of the elders with that, an evil lion appears on top of the volcano in fire. He shows this just as an example of how an evil lion of the past could return. But when we take a close look at this painting, we see that this fiery lion looks exactly like Scar. The black mane, the scar on his eye, and even the eyes are green. And later in the episode, we see that Scar returns just like it happened in the painting, even though it is never mentioned that this has happened before. So how could Rafiki have known about this? I think I have a pretty good explanation for how Rafiki could know all these things. Therefore, we should first get back to who Makini was. She was Rafiki's apprentice, so that means he taught her all the important things a royal Mejusi should know. He teaches her the wisdom of the paintings of the past, which she can make come to life with help of her Bakura staff. But he also teaches her there is more that her staff can do. When she is quiet enough, her Bakura staff can help her listen to the lions of the past. Rafiki tells us that he also often listens to the lions of the past, but he doesn't say what exactly these lions are telling him. So what if these lions of the past are telling Rafiki what is about to happen? Or sometimes warn him in the case of Scar's rise. So if Rafiki already knew about Scar's return, why wouldn't he tell Simba and Kion about this? Well, maybe because he wanted it to happen. And I think Askari, the first leader of the first Lion Guard, was key in this plan. We know Askari as one of the lions from the past, and as the lion that discovered the roar of the elders. He eventually helps Kion to master this roar as well at Chika Escarpment, near the Tree of Life. But what if Kion was meant to see Askari? Maybe Askari saw that there was a great potential in Kion, since he was always so determined to do things his way, like when he chose his Lion Guard. The Lion Guard has always been 5 lions, but Kion chose 5 different kinds of animals. Maybe Askari saw that the Tree of Life could use the help of a good leader and the roar, because that is what he tells Kion when he tried to let go of the roar and passed it on to Vitani. So my point is that Askari could have told Rafiki what was about to happen, but that he told Rafiki to let it happen, because it would make Kion stronger and give him a reason to go meet Askari. It would make Kion super powerful, since he would learn how to completely master the roar. And it also had its benefits for Rafiki, because then he could let Makini go with him, so that she would also return to the Tree of Life. Because when Rafiki noticed Makini didn't return to the Pride Lands when the rest of the Lion Guard came back, he says Makini had found her place at the Tree of Life, just as Queen Jana, the Queen of the Tree of Life, had predicted. But I don't think this was the only time Rafiki got some insights from the lions of the past. For example, one time we see that the hyenas try to attack him while he is meditating on a rock with his eyes closed. He had no idea they were coming, but still doesn't seem to be bothered or surprised. He easily kicks them off, like he already knew about the attack. But there are even more crazy things Rafiki must have known before they actually happened. Because when Kion gets bitten by the venomous snake, Ushari, Rafiki also already seems to know what he has to do to treat this venom and what the effects of these venom are. But if he had known this for a long time, why didn't he treat Scar when he got bitten by a venomous snake? It could be that he didn't know back then, and that Askari had told him when he sensed Scar's plan. He must have learned Rafiki how the venom would need to be treated, because this treatment was all part of Askari's bigger plan to get Kion to meet him. But even in the movies, we see some signs that Rafiki knows more than we think. We all know how Simba ran away from the Pride Lands after Scar killed his father Mufasa. He ends up in a dry desert and meets Timon and Pumbaa. But who has met Timon before? Yes, Rafiki. Because when we look at The Lion King 1.5, we see that Rafiki has taught Timon their famous phrase, Hakuna Matata, long before Timon met Simba. What if Rafiki knew Simba was ending up with Timon and Pumbaa and knew that he would have needed this phrase to return to the Pride Lands? That he would need this positivity to keep his hopes up to eventually take back the throne? Because when Rafiki found out Simba was alive, which he could smell through some hairs, flying all the way from the jungle to the Pride Lands, what also seems a bit unrealistic to me, Rafiki seems to be a mastermind that knows everything. And how did he know Simba was in the jungle? Could he smell this through those hairs as well? And then comes the moment he arrives in the jungle and finds Simba. Look at the way he talks to Simba, so confident that he would save Pride Rock. But there's more, because a few scenes before Rafiki takes Simba to a lake where he can see his reflection, we hear Simba talking to the sky, hoping his father would appear.
You said you'd always be there for me, but you're not.
At this scene, his father wouldn't appear, but then Rafiki comes and tells Simba his father is alive. We later see this, of course, wasn't exactly what he meant. He teaches Simba that his father is alive in him. He takes Simba to a lake and tells him to look deep into his reflection to show him this. After that, his father all of a sudden appears in the sky and talks to Simba, telling him to remember who he is and that he is the true king. This is another sign that Rafiki has a great connection with the lions of the past. Because why did Mufasa wait to appear until Rafiki was around? These examples are probably not even all the events where Rafiki seems to know more than we think. Let me know if you think I missed some parts. And what do you think? Does Rafiki really know more than we think? Could it be that he gets secret messages when he listens to the lions of the past? Or did he happen to paint these drawings for fun? If you like this theory, make sure to turn on the notification bell and join the Pride Lands. Leave me a like and I see you in the next one.